time to go viral. I'm homicidal, I'm killing all my rivals. I'm the man, shit, I put that on the Bible. I Spotify my target, cause you know I got the title. Hey, I'm a Mac too. I told baby shake that ass like she Apple. She said it's real, so she got my name tattooed. House full, so I hit it in the back room. Oh, baby said she need it now, peep the urgency. I want a little Kim before she had the surgery. Leg spread on that hardcore poster. She love twerking, she just do it for the coach. Big dog, bull massive. 6 tray Chevrolet, I'm classic. All these niggas mad at me, that's tragic. The main bitch in the bed, that's graphic. Yeah, we about to go viral. Hey. We about to go.
What's the deal, people? It's your boy, the one and only, your host that do the most, Mr. Viral himself, aka the villain, because they hate me for my opinion. Welcome back to another episode of the VwP podcast. Make sure you share, like, subscribe to the channel. As always, I got my co-host in the building, or should I say co-host of the co-host. We got Mr. Show. He's
you
back,
know, baby.
live and direct. You feel me? People, fan favorite, should I say.
Know, homie.
The people's champ. We got Mr. Light Skin, the one, not the two. Cali, the one.
Yes, sir.
Hey, my boy's underrated too, man. Y'all better start showing my boy some
That's
more
the Ray
love,
Allen
man.
of the big three right now. He don't even know. He coming with them clutch threes.
It's that corner shot on
Man,
you
what?
feel me? Show my boy some love. We down a guy, the Messiah. I don't know what he got going on, but you know he had to go handle some business, so he won't be here today. But we do got two lovely young ladies supposed to be on today. They caught in a little traffic, so bear with us for right now. We'll get into a couple topics. There's a lot going on. We got this whole teachers in Tennessee. They finna be armed in the classroom.
Yeah.
We got draft day drama. The black women is mad right now. They hot right now. We got a lot of hot takes. Let's start with the Tennessee teacher thing, man, because this is real controversial. Yeah. I know for all parents to think about your kids going to class and the teacher is armed, some parents is yay, some parents is nay. I want to get y'all insight on it. Callie, I know you don't have kids, so you might got a different insight. Me and Short, I know we have kids. But these videos that have been coming out with these kids that's beating teachers unconscious and beating bus drivers and doing all type of shit, it's like, hey, man, these teachers might need to be armed. And this is going all the way back during Columbine when the whole Columbine thing happened. And I was saying back then, like, hey, if I'm a teacher after Columbine, I'm coming to school with the blick, bro. I'm sorry. You might not know it's going to be in the bag, in the briefcase, but you got to be able to protect yourself and protect these students because I forget where it was at. I want to say Texas.
You talking about the elementary school?
The elementary school. The police was there.
Sandy Hook?
Sandy Hook, yeah, Sandy
No,
Hook.
not Sandy Hook. No. This was recent. The police was there.
I think I know what you're talking about.
The shooter was inside. And the police was not going in.
They
was
were
like
scared to
kind of
go
just
in.
they wouldn't go in. They refused to go in, and they had the body cam footage of a few officers who were in, and they was just like in the cut chilling, damn near playing pinochle while the shooter going around shooting people kids. So at this point, you can't leave your safety in the hands of nobody else. You should be able to defend yourself by any means necessary. How do y'all feel about this?
No, I think that's 100% correct. I think it's nuanced, right? Because I do want. If I'm a teacher, just like you said, I want to be able to protect myself, especially when you know law enforcement might not respond fast enough. You're obviously going to want that protection for yourself. But then I think a concern parents might have is this teacher emotionally stable enough to where if they do maybe get into an altercation with a student that has, something that has to do nothing with protecting themselves, will they then go and use this weapon on a child or another member of the
Staff,
school because of an emotional response? So I think there's that. And then I also think it's a good thing too, because exactly the school shooter thing and just overall protection. So, but I think those are the two things really. Like it's.
I gotta have a few rhetorical questions. Will special needs teachers be armed in those type of classrooms?
Ooh, you know what? I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
I know, but these are just rhetorical questions that I'm gonna ask as a parent, because I'm gonna speak on both sides. Special needs class or special ed, whatever the case may be, are those teachers going to be armed? And I'm not talking about the physical disabled children. I'm talking about the mental ones that may have some type of behavior disability.
That could get tricky too.
That can get tricky as well.
That's a fact.
As well as, is it going to be inner city populated school where it's a lot of black and brown?
Because that could be tricky too.
That could be tricky as well.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Oh, I know. These are rhetorical questions that I would ask if I was in Tennessee. If I lived in Tennessee, these are the questions I would ask as a black parent.
See, let me backtrack a little bit. Let me read some of this straight from the Tennessean. Governor Bill Lee signed into law Friday a controversial bill to allow school teachers and staff to carry guns in school. The law goes into immediate effect. House and Senate Republicans passed the bill HB 1202/HB 1321 in the final weeks of the legislation session over the protests of school shooting survivors, teachers, and gun reform advocates. Okay, so basically it says parents and most of school staff will not be told who has a weapon or where it might be stored. So
concealed.
That gets a little tricky because you don't know who's carrying and the school staff don't know who's carrying and they don't know where it's going to be concealed at. That's where it gets a little tricky. Like, hold on.
Because if he was open concealed, it's kind of like,
even if it is hidden, why don't you know where it's at and who has it?
Yeah.
Because say if there is another active, say if the shooter, again, like we already said, is somebody from within the school, then exactly how do we even know who got it? Is there some sort of list where, you know, police can go to and access from maybe the principal's office or something to say, okay, these 10 people or 15 people within the school have a weapon, and then we can kind of go from there if there's an incident that goes on inside the school, or exactly, is there no access to that? Because if there's not, then again, that's another tricky situation.
Yeah, and so also too, what I was getting at with the rhetorical questions, now, you know, I don't know out there in Tennessee, but I know in California, we got like earthquake drills. Remember as kids, you have to go outside and say, sorry, they're going to practice active shooting drills with teachers, with students, and things like that to identify who's the open shooter, what teacher has a gun, how do you keep the children safe? So as a parent, these are the type of questions I would just want to ask and get answers to. Now, as a staff and as a teacher or whatever the case may be, I understand because it do be some of these ignorant ass students that will, like, you know, it's been times where you see like a big kid fire on a woman or try to intimidate, you know, stuff like that. It's kind of like, I understand for that own safety, but I do believe like a gun versus this student is not the right way. But if that child was to hit that teacher, the teacher need to do what they need to do, not without a weapon, to get themselves out that situation and then press charges. Then that child and that parent needs to be dealt with criminal lawsuits on that.
See, this is a slippery slope because when you go get these licenses, they don't require you to have any know-how of actually using the firearm and operating. So that was my question, is like, hey, hold on. Are they going to have to be trained to use this? Or are they going to be able to just go take that test, answer enough questions right, and just walking around with a gun like most people? So here it says the staff will be required to undergo 40 hours of training.
So one work week.
And one work week, at one point likened to less hours than children are sent to summer camp, whatever the case, they comparing gun training to summer camp. It said approved carriers will be allowed to carry handguns in their classrooms and in most campus situations without informing parents and most of their colleagues they're armed. So I guess this is like a they don't want to know. They don't want students to know who's armed or where it's at because they might possibly be able to access the firearm. But that's a slippery slope because at least the school staff should know. Yeah. In case something happens to this teacher, okay, it's the school principal
whatever
knows where to go get it. Or hey, we might just need to do a random check in case a student found it. So it's a slippery slope. And as a parent, I want to know who's armed.
Yeah.
I would want to know.
So let me ask you this: are you pro teachers having guns in school?
At this point, knowing how many students are bringing guns to school, yeah, I'm gonna say I'm pro teachers having guns because just say you have a random school shooter, how many kids' lives could it be saved if that first teacher could have disarmed the shooter?
I think in a place like Tennessee, I'm for it because I think there's already a culture of being armed and knowing how to operate arms, and they obviously probably are more, towards or more for the Second Amendment than where if you're somewhere in like California, for instance. So I think if you're somewhere in Tennessee, Texas, where they already have a culture of going out hunting, kids are 12, 11 with guns already, then the fear of it is taken out of it to a certain degree, which I think also prohibits things from happening. Because a lot of mistakes that I believe happen with firearms are because somebody's scared and doesn't necessarily know how to operate it. So in a place like California, maybe, where we don't get the training and we don't got people that are 10, 11, 12 with guns and hunting and doing all these things. It could be different compared to Tennessee, where maybe like at a class of 30, maybe 15 kids might know how to operate a gun.
So I'm going to respectfully disagree with both of y'all. I wouldn't mind you guys having guns if I was a child. Because you know why? Y'all look like me. Y'all think like me. Y'all understand where I come from.
Too, yeah.
I don't trust your son, a black child, in a class with a Mr. let's just say a Mr. Honky, whatever the case may be. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Mr. Honky is crazy.
And Mr. Honky is crazy. But again, though, bro, he could be a Confederate flag waving. You know what I'm saying? He could be one of them deep-rooted South type of dudes. Would you trust your child in that class knowing that teacher who looks completely opposite, blue eye, blonde hair, with your kinky hair son?
You know
Hell
what?
no, I wouldn't. Now, again, if it was a black teacher, I may have a little more empathy. As far as like, okay, they understand sometimes our demeanor, or some kids may have a little attitude. Because again, bro, you had aggression growing up. I had aggression growing up. I'm pretty sure you had aggression growing up. Black fathers and black men understand where black children, we can understand the empathy, the anger, where it comes from. I don't think that same non-black person will have that same empathy or patience to understand our children if they having a bad day or a disagreement and they gonna be trigger happy. So I say no.
I feel you on that, but if we're gonna go that route, it's like, why send your kid there in the first place?
Guess what?
If that's how you feel about, somebody that don't look like him, why trust them to teach him anything at all? If that's the case,
kids got to get education. But I'm gonna tell you this though, this just starts at home with us. We can train our kids how to shoot a gun. We can train our kids, hey bro, when somebody's shooting, fuck what everybody else on. You stay low, you get up out there, you make it home safe, you give me a call, hey dad, this is what's going on. You make sure your self-preservation comes first. Fuck what everybody else is going. You get home safe. If you hear shooting is this way, you go the opposite way. Try to get out of Dodge.
Because here it says they will be required to undergo criminal and mental health background checks. So they're not just letting any and everybody go and get a gun.
But what I would say is that doesn't necessarily mean, because they also do that in the police department, and there's still a bunch of people who, commit crimes or things due to just their viewpoint or their philosophy on life. So I get what you're saying. Another thing why I do low-key agree with what he's saying now is because, I don't know, in our high school shit, we had police officers at the high school.
Come on, bro.
So like they was already railroad niggas to low-key
It was a school to jail pipeline.
Well, it was a pipeline to prison.
Yeah, exactly.
Where we went to school. But I'm going to say this, though. We was bringing guns to school.
I know
homies, we was 9th, 10th grade.
But I'm going to tell you this, though. But you
had
that on some personal protection. You wasn't trying to pop the teacher.
No, we weren't trying to pop teachers. We was more so on some game banging shit.
That's
when we leave the school,
we gotta walk through this.
Is down there tripping.
Come on, bro.
Their uncles coming up to the school tripping. So it was different reasons why we had guns, but we talking about the school shooters, like those kids, to where, hey, she didn't like me in 3rd grade, or hey, they picking on me and I'm too scared to fight, so I'm gonna shoot everybody.
Not to sound,
that's a whole different type of mentality you dealing with.
I hate to sound stereotypical, bro, but I think in like modern times, there's only been like 2 black mass shooting. That was the DC snipers, bro. And I hate
Chris
to
Dorner.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but
Dorner wasn't a mass shooter. Dorner was getting get back for the culture.
I was getting get back for the culture.
I totally agree, but you don't think from a technical standpoint?
Hell no.
Mass shooting. How many people he clipped? Like 6?
He wasn't clipping random people.
He was going after police officers.
He was going after corrupt police. I don't count that as random shooter.
So we won't count it, but technically it is. You're right. You're right. So 3. But I'm gonna say the DC sniper because it was him and his son, or his adopted son. And at even when it first happened, bro, they thought it was white people because it fit the description.
We don't do shit like that.
We typically don't do shit like that. So that's why I'm more so like with us, it's like, it ain't really and I hate to say we don't do it, but that's something we really don't do.
It's a fact.
You get what I'm saying? It's more so the others.
Yeah. But you gotta realize, with as many random shootings that's happening literally everywhere, there's nowhere that people frequent that we can say is safe, because it's been shot up from church to movie theaters, to the classroom. Literally, the most sacred place you would think a church has been shot up. So at this point, if you're not training, doing some type of tactical training, and carrying, you are at a disadvantage because so many people have them legally and illegally. You're almost a fool and negligent to not carry one, especially if you can get one legally. Yeah. And another thing, especially in the black community, you got to start exposing your kids to firearms early, and training them how to properly handle one. Because what we do is, out of fear, we try to hide it from them, and then they get their hands on one out in the street with their friends, and bam, accident happened. To where if you was training them, it's like, hey man,
you treat it like it's right. You already know. It's certain things you treat it like it's loaded. You don't point at nobody unless you're ready to use it. It's certain things that you should already know
because they're doing that.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
They're doing that.
Yeah, and we do try to hide our children. We can let our kids, and it's funny because I'm glad you said that in our culture. The same parents that say, don't let my child see a gun or play with a gun or train a gun, they'll let their kid listen to Sexy Red or let their kids watch an R-rated movie that got gun play in it or sexual explicit type language or sexual acts in it. And we're fine with that. When we can really show them some real life skills with learning how to train with a gun or how to operate in, gun safety law and safety rules, how you supposed to treat the gun. You get what I'm saying?
I agree. I for sure agree. I think too, when it comes to the licensing, right, it should be like a nursing license or a security guard car license where you have to renew this license every so often and hopefully take some sort of test or do something to renew, the credentials.
So so like he said, maybe it should be like a gun safety training that instead of just taking like the written test of just to get the gun, it should be like a gun operation, like how to load it, how to disarm the gun.
Like a clinical.
Clinical.
Mandatory tactical training for teachers who are able to be armed on campus.
Facts.
There should be extra training required on top of whatever your state requires, because I know for a fact you don't have to take tactical training to get this. You just have to be able to pass the test and pass the mental background check. But to bring it on a school, I'm going to need to know your aim is up to par to where you're not going to accidentally hit one of these kids trying to get the school.
What they say, friendly fire in the army, in the military?
Yeah, you know what I'm
friendly
saying?
Fire,
we don't need no friendly fire. So
Cheddar Bobs.
And like you said, with the mental thing, that's about as far as you can go because you're never really going to be able to tell what somebody's going to do through under duress.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Until the situation actually happens.
Or
like
our life-changing event where, say if it's a male teacher, his wife left him, you know what I'm saying, divorced wife. Exactly. It can be something where he was fine at the time when he took that mental test, but 2 weeks later, he caught his wife sucking another man's dick. Now he come to work all distraught and shit. You don't even know what type of mindset. Exactly.
That nigga out of there.
Something that triggered his ass.
Prime example, we just had a teacher, a black teacher, beat up a white student. The white student was calling him the N-word. Dude snapped, beat the student up. He's out on bail right now. I don't know what's going to happen to him as far as consequence-wise, but it's where's the line drawn with the student-teacher thing? Because I've even seen from my kids on their phones how we got Snapchat challenges where they're being challenged to beat up teachers, like students. Ooh. Like who can slap the most teachers or shit like that.
That's
like
crazy.
Kids are doing that now because the teachers aren't allowed to discipline the kids. They're being told, hey, just walk away.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. If I was a teacher and a kid slapped me, I might as well get him and get fired. Cause bro, that shit is out. Ain't no kid about to spot.
When we went to school in high school, the worst thing the kids did was they was like they would talk shit to the security guards, or if it was a fight, but the security guards was slamming niggas in.
I was just gonna say
they was doing
we all had that one big cocky security from the hood. Like, look, I put my hands on you,
come on, bro.
Yeah. And the staff kind of knew, like, hey, you fuck with Big Shug, like this what he do. It's a rap. But now with the Me Too generation and you feel me?
And children's services get involved as far as corporal punishment and things like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't parent the way we were raised growing up. You know what I'm saying? Putting your hands on children. So I hate the fact that it's like that now because it's like you trying to teach them at home, but they don't want us to teach them at home like we were raised with the fear and the threat of ass whooping, but it's like, y'all want them to go to jail to learn that? Yeah. Oh, okay, bet. It's kind of fucked up.
And I get what you're saying too. It's because it's like when it comes to teacher and student or staff and student, like if I was outside of the school and I didn't know your age and you came up to me and was talking crazy or whatever, I might do something to you.
Yeah, facts.
So why does it now change? And then on top of that, I probably wouldn't be in the wrong due to how the situation played out. So now when it's in the school, why does it change? Do you get what I'm saying?
No,
because of the child antagonizes the teacher.
Because while you're in class, you know how this child is considered a minor, but on the streets,
you might not know.
You may not know.
This is another alarming statistic. I don't know if people know, but about 75% of all teachers are women, specifically white women. So now you got to think, you got a bunch of young, hot-headed, masculine-filled, testosterone-filled boys going through puberty, and they're being dealt and handled with by middle-aged to younger white women. Yeah. So we actually need to get more male presence on these school campuses because that can curb a lot of that as well.
But you know why you don't have a lot of black male teachers? Shit don't pay enough, bro. You can't provide for your family being a teacher. Straight up.
And not only that, I think too some of the things you would have to deal with. Yeah, you know what I mean?
That's what.
Like
the pay
doesn't
match for what you got to deal with in public schools typically.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Teachers make between like 40 to like maybe 60,000, if that, on a higher end. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know they get a great vacation schedule. You know, they off every weekend, every holiday, but the pay ain't shit. So what man, black man that typically has a family, can live off that type of salary?
Not only that, too, you have to think about what you said about the white women. And the white women that work at these schools are the same white women that listen to Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton talk about black men are predators. These are the liberal type of women that I think that are going there, that are changing the world,
Affirmative action.
But they really are scared of black people. You get them white women all the time in the schools, and so I think they're obviously, going to be scared of black men as well. I think that's a big reason why you don't see black teachers, because like they don't want to deal with that racism or the same thing, you know what I mean, that they probably got to deal with on the outside.
See, more so, less on the race. I mean, just men in general. Just think about on a day-to-day, the men that's, the next generation of men in society are being groomed by women almost around the clock. Your kid is at school more hours than they are with you at home as a parent. So 80% of the time, your kid is being groomed and molded by a middle-aged white woman. You know what I'm saying? And then when we are talking about school shooters, I mean, how good of a defense are a bunch of middle-aged white women, even if they're armed?
Yeah, that's non-threatening.
Like, you just need more male presence on the campus, period. Just think if it was flipped and it was 80% male on the campus, how quick would a student be to do one of these school shootings knowing like, hey, it's all these men that are highly trained with weaponry. That might curb a student to do it.
Of course it would.
You know what I'm saying?
But then that'd be considered masculine, toxic.
Toxic.
Come on, man. Yeah, come on, bro.
Y'all toxic as
That's
fuck.
toxic because you know why? Men would stop violence.
Y'all trying to stop school shootings, y'all toxic.
Yeah, come on. A lot of
He's
kids
getting in touch with his feelings.
Yeah, exactly.
Goofy shit like that. Yeah, society's fucked up, man. But with that, I would like to see how that would pan out in California, because California is a whole nother...
That shit went past.
That's a whole nother issue to deal with.
You got 15-year-olds gangbanging. How you going?
Yeah, that's
not even the gang aspect. I mean, just with the LGBT thing. As far as like these teachers clearly have mental issues, and they're allowed to parade it, and it's protected and backed by the law. So, do you want somebody like that to have a gun at your kid's school? They already fucked up in the head.
Yeah, that's ugly. That's facts. That's honestly facts.
It's different. And then, like you said, we got kids that's gangbanging. They coming to school with guns out here. And
we're a heavily minority state, whereas a lot of black and browns and things like that. You get what I'm saying? So we outnumber typically white folks when it comes to that, like especially like a LAUSD school system.
And race does play a factor, because let's just be real. Me and you see Lil Ray with a gun. We could, hey man, bring your little ass over here. We could talk about and get it
bro.
Possibly,
to where you have a middle-aged white woman or middle-aged white dad, feared. And now they got to make a judgment call, and they just see a gun, and they're already afraid of the student because these students doing dumb shit. They're beating up teachers. Your kid might get
scared and pop on accident,
gunned down. Out of fear from a teacher who made a judgment call, and they would be in the right technically because your kid has a gun, but we might have a little more empathy and know how to deal and talk with the same student because we've been that student. So all of that plays a factor, man. Is we got to get more variety in here.
It's too left. Yeah. It's too democratic for that to even pass, I believe, bro. We're so liberal. I don't even think that would even fly.
So we'll see how this works out in Tennessee, and hopefully everything goes smooth
safely.
And we have less school shootings, because I actually think these things are being concocted and purposely done to put fear on the public, to get the public to disarm themselves. That's what I think, all this shit, but they're going to call me conspiracy theorist, and we talk about that later.
No, I agree. It's one of the forever battles, I like to call them. It's that, it's religion, it's sex. These are some of the forever battles that you'll see over time get renewed and switched into something different decade after decade. It's just one of those things.
Now here's a topic we have not covered. It's a rocky topic. A lot of people getting canceled for their opinions, even though we're supposed to have free speech. But I want to know how y'all feel about this, because there's a lot of black students. We're seeing a rise on social media of black students protesting this whole Palestine thing and speaking out for justice over there. And you got people like me going, how the fuck are you protesting for justice over there when we ain't even got justice here? Why are you protesting for people that don't give a fuck about you here And they're way over there. Let's focus on our backyard, clean up our backyard, and then we are the world, we are the children, and you feel me? Let's figure out what we doing here first, because we still, it's ugly here for us still. So, and you protested about somebody that ain't finna protest for you. So that's not your fight, in my opinion. But how y'all feel about this? Because you sent me a clip of some females that was protesting. It was like, what are you protesting?
She like,
and they didn't even know what they were protesting. It was monkey see, monkey do. And I feel like that's probably 50% of the people at these protests. They just see people doing it, and hey, I'm gonna just join in because of the sheep mindset.
Nigga, I'm here to get my picture, and you feel me, impress people on Instagram that I was here and I did whatever I did. That's all it really be. I don't give a I don't. And that Palestine shit is above my pay grade, man. I'm not getting paid to know nothing about that shit. I don't give a fuck about that shit. The reason why is exactly what you said. It doesn't affect me personally. It doesn't affect my people. I see my people struggling every day here in America. I mean, humans in general in America are struggling, depending on economics, classism, etc. So why would I then be going and worrying about a war that shit we got a hand in? You get what I'm saying? So like, why the fuck would I really care about that? Not only that, too many times do other protests or other causes take a black man or take a black woman and put them at the front lines and make them the face of a cause that's not ours, because they know that we're gonna see it all the way through for them. That's what they know. And then a lot of these things like Stop Asian Hate, what you're seeing right now, a lot of that shit gets passed on the backs of black men and women out there protesting and making change happen.
Facts.
So long as I've been alive, having the Palestinians and the Israel been going at it like since
biblical times.
Since biblical times, you get what I'm saying? Abraham and who land of the milk and honey.
That's what them crippin' blood things.
That's something that's always been going to war. So again, just as being a black man, at the end of the day, that ain't got nothing to do with us. At the end of the day, I hate the fact that we protest go harder for them than they will for us. My thing is this: if you want to protest out here, if you really about that shit, if you for the Israels or you for the Palestinian people, why don't you take a one-way flight over there and just join the army and go at it with them? If you really about that shit, if you really about standing on business, about creating a peace, because we can't have peace without the war. You know that, right? Whoever's gonna win is gonna win due to violence. So if you really feel that strong for wherever your people are, go over there and fight for them. At the end of the day, that's what's gonna happen. And I just feel like this: America, we only go align ourselves with the ones that look like an Americans, and that's the one that got the lighter skin. Think about it, bro. Who has the lighter skin out of the two people? Palestinians kind of look more so like me, you know, with that reddish brown skin than America does. So of course they go align themselves with the ones that look like them, and we're funding that.
Damn, I ain't thinking that way.
You fucking, bro. That's a great point.
That's real shit.
What you know what? Let me say it this way. What is stopping the freeway in Brooklyn, in LA, in any state in America doing for a country getting bombed in that war? Yeah. What the fuck is you standing in traffic? How is that helping anybody? See, these Sunday morning quarterback couch quarterbacks, the living room couch quarterbacks. Like, if you're not in the game, you're not on the field. If I was here, I would. You want to feel a part of the game, like you said. Catch a flight, bro. Go over there, pick up a gun, and go fight for real. Stop fucking up the traffic over here, holding signs. That's not doing nothing, bro. Them people ain't even seeing that shit at all. They're getting bombed. They're getting shot. They're getting maimed. All type of shit is going on.
Same thing. Remember with Ukraine and Russia. Remember even with that shit. You get what I'm saying? My thing is all that protesting. What is that really doing out here? If you're not really over there putting in work in the front line where they really need help at. If you're not helping with health. Helping the children from the injuries or grown folks with it. If you're not really physically over there helping or donating money to the war, what are you really doing out here stopping traffic and graduations and things like that? Shit don't mean nothing.
See, that's how I feel about voters. It's like, all right, you want to feel like you're helping with change, but you don't want to actually do anything. So the easiest thing to do is to go in the booth and put a ballot in and say, oh yeah, I made change happen. But like, let's be real, bro. Look in history. Change happened when people got in the streets, they got cracking, and they made it happen through force, because that is the only thing that's respected is money and violence, and they print the money. So your money ain't gonna be respected because they print it. So unless you ready to do some type of, some violence, that shit don't matter, bro.
No, that's a
like,
fact.
look, I seen a meme. It said, damn, our ancestors, it showed the Boston Tea Party.
Oh yeah.
When they went to war over a 2% tax, and then they showing us with a 40% tax, and everybody just on their smartphones.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
Not giving a fuck, like getting raped at the grocery store, getting raped at the gas pump, getting raped through taxes, and nobody is batting an eye. Nobody gives a fuck because you could just do this. Type up a mad ass post and all emotional and boom, hit enter, done, and you felt like you done something.
And then not only that, but to add on that and piggyback on that, then you have people that are going to make you feel like you did something because you're going to get 100,000 retweets. You get what I'm saying? Or 100,000 likes or however many likes you get. And you're like, damn, all these people agree with me. That's going to make you feel like, yeah, maybe you did do something when in reality you didn't do shit.
Let me ask you this quick little segue though. Do you believe that Drake, since he's kind of like his mother is Jewish, and DJ Khaled, who is Palestinian descent, do you think they should say something, or they should just kind of continue to get their back and stay out the way?
I think that Drake and DJ Khaled can't say nothing. I don't think they can. Even if they wanted to. Those are people who, as rich as they are, they got handlers. As rich as Drake is, and I feel like as much as them niggas seem like they in control, they got publicists and niggas telling them what to do, what to say, and what not to say. And something like Palestine and Israel, something that's so controversial. And I see niggas on live getting banned, and you feel me? Just people are taking it so serious to where like a person like Drake or Khaled, who is so beloved by so many people, depending on what they say, that could be detrimental for them.
Career could be over.
Yeah, so I think that's something that they just say, you know, we want to stay out of it.
Selfish, they protecting their bag, whether it was really going on.
This is my opinion. Why are y'all always looking at celebrities to say something? What the fuck is DJ Khaled? What he gonna do?
Shit.
Another one, he's just gonna yell like, bro, what do you want to hear Khaled's view on the war for? What is that gonna do for the war?
On jet ski and
like,
shit.
come on, cuz, like, this is DJ Khaled. These niggas ain't political experts. They don't study this. They probably don't even know what the fuck is going on. They just happen to be descendants of some people over there. But realistically, if you are uninformed, you shouldn't even speak on it. The only reason I'm speaking on it and we're speaking on it is because we're seeing our people jump out there, lose platforms in defense of something that don't have shit to do with us. So it's like, hey, bro, y'all gotta wake up. One of us gotta say something like, you fighting the battle, that's not our battle. Kick back, bro.
Chill.
Let them figure that shit out. Because when we got our shit going on over here,
who jumping for us?
They're silent, bro.
Man.
They're not saying nothing.
Yeah.
They're not losing no platforms for us. They're not losing no money for us. They're not sending no money. So take a play out of their playbook. Mind your fucking business. So as far as Drake speaking on what's going on, for what? So y'all can tear them apart in the media? Doesn't matter which side they speak on. The opposite side is going to tear them apart.
Not only that, too, we're actually being physically harmed. I seen a video of a black man getting tasered over to Palestine, Israel. I think it was at USC, tasered by a police officer because of it on the ground and being, handcuffed. So again, it's not worth it at all. You get what I'm saying? To go and put your life at risk for a cause that, I mean, we don't even really know what the fuck is really going on. At the end of the day, like, as much as we can sit up here and say we know exactly what's going on, we don't.
Well, I heard that Palestine, the way they going to war is a little grimy. Like, they shooting out of hospitals and schools, which you're not supposed to do in an act of war. And Israel, shooting up where they not supposed to be. That's the controversy. I did hear about that, but like you said,
fair and love and warfare.
Come on, I agree.
Once a body drop, you're not going to tell me how I can drop a body in return.
Exactly.
I'm going to get it how I live.
Not only that, though, in the beginning when everything was going on, it was so much misinformation. It was tweets coming out, videos coming out, body counts coming out that were then later unconfirmed or, this wasn't true. So I'm at the point right now where I'm like, it's an engagement farm for niggas. Like, that's what that war is. I'm off of it. Like, I don't
it's all media propaganda. With all the issues we have going on here at home in the USA,
Facts.
We are Americans. So whatever's not going on in America, if it's not affecting America, I don't give a fuck. Stop sending money to Ukraine and all of that bullshit. Man. I don't give a fuck about Ukraine because they don't give a fuck about us.
Listen,
fuck is we talking about?
Interest rates to buy a house is like 6%. Everything is high. Go dry down Compton. Potholes everywhere, bro.
BlackRock buying up all the motherfucking property to where a house is marketed for $450,000 and they got an unlimited fucking black card. They card probably platinum, straight 24 karat gold, and they buy the house for $1 million. So somebody like you, me, him, we outpriced.
Yeah.
We gotta buy it through them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm shit like that going on. and y'all worried about fucking Palestine.
And the reason why we worry about it, I'm gonna be 100% honest, because again, we have been brainwashed as Black Americans to be the savior for people. James Baldwin had a little documentary on Netflix where he talks about the Black actor. He specifically goes to Sidney Poitier and how there's a movie, and if you look back in earlier Hollywood when Black actors are in it, they're always saving a white guy every time. It's a scene. Sidney Poitier, he can go to freedom, but instead he turns his back or he turns around to grab the white dude, put him back on a train, happily ever after. What I'm saying is that we've been conditioned through media, through technology, whatever you want to call it, to be their savior and be like, well, damn, you know what I mean? We got integration, we got freedom. Now we should do the same thing for others. Do you get what I'm saying? Meanwhile, not looking at nobody else is doing it for us.
Nobody saving us.
Yeah, because we've been programmed.
Well, Malcolm X said that if you can control the media, you can control the masses on that. So, we got to tell our own story. So that's what we got to do amongst us. That's our own problem. But
that's why people who have the platforms, bro, you gotta speak out. You have to speak out. You can't be afraid to get canceled. You have to speak out. Unless you just truly don't give a fuck and you only in it for the profit, then I can't even be mad at you. But don't act like you for your people and for the people, but you have the means to persuade the people in the right direction and you choose to ignore it. That's when I look at you like a fucking goofy or you compromise.
You know who stood up? Nick Cannon. Remember he got canceled with that little Jewish comment about having that. Now he got this whole new show called Council Culture. I like that. Shout out to Nick Cannon because he's a brother for the cause as well.
And shout out to Nick, bro. Nick stood on business with that.
Yeah, I
he
like
was putting me on a book a week. He used to do a book a week on Instagram. He used to do a lot of things. Yeah, shout out to Nick.
Definitely shout out to Nick Cannon. Man, I wish the girls was in here because I got a lot of topics for them.
They about to come. She said they gonna
what about the NFL draft thing? Remember about the whole
I wanted to wait because I wanted to get the female perspective.
I'm talking about. Remember how Caleb was saying he was gonna come with the nail painting and all that type of shit? What you think? Let me ask you this: what you think about the new nail painting, the male purse? How you feel about that? Like, listen, I guess it's metrosexual, I'm assuming.
We had a whole segment on this with the Duke guy. He got the NIL deal for the nail shit. This is how I feel. I'm tired of you soft ass niggas making us look bad. When I say us, Black people.
Yeah.
You bitch ass niggas put these dresses on. You bitch ass niggas run around with these purses. Listen, put the purses down, put the nail polish down, take the skirts off. Man. Pick up some pants, pick up some boxing gloves, pick up a fucking gun. Be a fucking man, bro. Let's get back to being men. Let's start learning how to build cars and work on the house and teaching your son how to change a spare tire.
Come on.
Not put on nail polish. You niggas is bitches. You niggas is hoes. You niggas is not good fucking influences for the youth.
I agree.
You niggas need to be smacked, bro. That's how I feel about it. If you're gonna put on a dress and a purse, ride that side. Then I respect you. If you like, hey, I go both ways. I'm bisexual. I'm gay. Hey, that's cool. That's your lifestyle. I don't care what you do in your bedroom. That's cool. But you're not finna say you over here with us and you got on a goddamn skirt and a dress. No, that's not happening, bro. You niggas is bitches. Go over there. That's how I feel about it.
No, that was literally my only gripe with the situation is it's the niggas that be straight doing the shit. Like, it don't even be the gay niggas. So it's like, are you straight? Are you not? What's going on? And again, we're not here to police your sexuality, but it's weird as fuck to be looking like one thing and then saying you're something else. To me, that's just very weird, and that's the problem that I have. Is it for a bag? Is it just some, I don't really understand what it is and what is provoking young men to say, okay, this is what I want to do. Is it your favorite rapper? Like, did a bitch tell you it was going to get you some pussy? Like, what is it that made you want to do this?
So, for me, totally against that. And kind of piggyback what you said, you can teach your kids, especially your son, so many different things in the world that can be conducive for them, whether it's, like you said, changing a tire, just life skills things, financial things. You can teach them so much other things than stepping into a woman's lane. Allow the women to be beautiful. Allow them to have their French tips and the nails and toes and stuff done and eyelashes. Like, now niggas was getting eyelashes and shit.
Yeah, niggas going too far. At some
point, bro, let the women be beautiful. Let us be handsome, medium, ugly, whatever the fuck we are, bro. Let the women be beautiful and let's stay in our lane. Let's not kind of cross over and make everything so unisex that women can do it and we can do it. Let the women have their lane. Let's stay in our lane and let's be masculine again. Let's be good role models for the youth because we all know athletes and rappers and celebrities, do a lot of big influence of how your children turn out to be and how they want to carry themselves.
That's a big fact. Your kids are going to emulate these celebrities more than they're going to emulate their parents, and that's sad, but that's the society that we're in because they have the media propaganda, and that controls society. Look, the U.S. fertility rate just hit an all-time low. It dropped to 1.62 births per woman. So each woman is having one kid or no kids. And they say within the next 15 to 30 years, about 45 to 50% of women that's in their prime, 18 to like 30, 35, are going to have no kids at all. So when we hear conspiracies about, hey, they're trying to lower the number of people on the planet because the less people on the planet is more control, then we see you bitch ass niggas wearing purses and shit like that. And now we see women not having kids and looking down on having kids. It's looking less like a conspiracy and more like a plan that's being slowly
masculine women, feminine men.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The women is acting like the men acting like the women. I'm seeing meme after meme of groups of little black boys with skirts on it.
Yeah, that shit getting out of
hand. And like, bro, this shit getting out of hand, bro. I don't have a problem with that community. But where's the safe space for the masculine men, for the people that's going to keep society going? Because without having kids, the human fucking species is eliminated.
Yeah, die out.
So what the fuck are y'all doing? Somebody has to keep having kids and keeping this shit going. But the way we going is like ain't nobody finna have kids in a minute. We just finna fuck around and die out in one big gay ass parade. Like, the fuck is y'all niggas out here doing, gang? It's not a satchel. It ain't gangsta if you put a gun in it. Your bitch ass has a gun in a purse. You're still a bitch. Fuck is we talking about, bro? I'm taking the gloves off of these niggas, man. These niggas crazy. I get tired of seeing that shit. This nigga's crazy, cuz. Fuck is wrong with y'all, bro? All this pussy out here.
And the villain is out, boy. The villain just came out in that rant.
No, it's a fact that the lines have been blurred too much, and I don't think niggas even realize like a lot of niggas are at the point right now where niggas are so feminine they don't even realize the power we got. Like if niggas just stood up straight and just walked straight,
bro.
Nigga, they finna follow. That's all we niggas really got to do is be a man, bro. And the women gonna follow. But niggas don't even really want to do that.
That's what I'm saying. Like so I seen
I'm just appreciative. I grew up and like again, my role models were like Malcolm X, Pac. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I had like masculine people to look up on. I'm not knocking the other community, but it wasn't as prevalent growing up like that. You know what I'm saying?
We didn't have transgenders, bro. We had one or two gays.
Yeah,
and
it was just gay or bisexual. That was the only times I knew. It was like,
okay, dude hang out with the females, double dutching and shit. Okay, he gay. Yeah. We all knew who he was and who we identified him. But he was still cool though. He was he the cool gay nigga. Yeah. Now you have kids in the first grade in dresses and makeup. Like, bro, this shit was unheard of.
Like non-binary was never a term I even knew growing up.
Bro,
like that word
they got some new shit. Seasonal binary. When it's cold, I'm a man. When it's hot, I'm a woman. Are you serious? What the fuck is we talking about, gang? Like, summer, spring, winter, fall. Man, bitch, I don't know. Like, bro, this shit crazy as fuck. Somebody held a sign, I'm not a man or a woman. Where do I use the restroom? Bitch, in your house till you figure out what the fuck you are.
Damn.
Period. Don't come outside. Like,
that's so crazy.
How the fuck can you just change by the seasons? Like,
this shit is getting out of hand, bro.
It's getting crazy, bro. It's getting spooky. We have to draw some type of lines. I never seen a transgender kid in my life growing up.
No. This sounds crazy. This is my conspiracy. I think it's all because of capitalism. So the reason why I'm saying that is because I think that eventually there's going to be certain businesses that are going to be created for each like sex of person for them to have a benefit from. Somehow, some way,
can I identify as rich then? And if my bank account change, you get what I'm saying? Can I identify as a multi-millionaire?
Somehow, some way, they're going to flip it to make money. I know. I watch.
I identify as being a millionaire.
15 years, watch.
Hell yeah, it's all about money. It's all about control. Like I said, if you have less masculine men in society, you can pretty much do what you want, bro. Yeah. Revolutions happen through men. It's not women's job to stand up and revolt against the government or revolt against tyranny. It's men's job. But if you bitch ass niggas is home baking cakes and painting your fucking fingernails, who's gonna stand up?
It's like this too. Like we're already 2 generations are already being born, like smaller everything. So we can't really even afford to have no bitch in us already. Like,
man, physically,
like niggas is topping out at a certain place where niggas in the 80s and 90s wasn't topping out at 18. So it's like we gotta even bring it more now than ever. But we not doing it.
Yeah. No, that's a fact. And as long as we got a platform, We're going to keep standing up for masculinity. Let's make men masculine again. Let's make women feminine again.
Man,
like, let's get the gender roles back going. Shout out to the LGBT community. We got no issue with y'all. We got no problem with y'all. But we just saying it's getting a little out of control.
Respect our us being heterosexuals like we respect y'all.
Like we respect y'all.
Yeah. And I don't even think we getting on that community. We just getting on the niggas that we said is like doing this weird, jumpy back and forth. I don't know what I am shit. Like
that one rapper wearing a dress at the little, I guess.
Like Lil Uzi Vert. I just seen him running around with a skirt. And a fucking purse, knowing he doing the shit for the bread. Like, come on, bro. That's who I feel the LGBT need to be getting on them type of niggas.
Yeah, because now you making a mockery.
You making a mockery
out y'all community.
Okay, look, with Mother's Day approaching, right? I made this post 3 years ago. I want to read it and I want to see how y'all feel about it. I say Mother's Day and Father's Day are for you to celebrate your actual mother and your actual father for raising you. Not to celebrate your spouse becoming a mother or a father. Me personally, I actually tell my family, don't get me shit for Father's Day. You know what I'm saying? Besides my kids, like my mom and my girl, and like, don't give me nothing for Father's Day. I feel the media and big business uses and advertises spouses to spend those days off to appeal to mothers and fathers, period. So it went from your mother and your father to mothers and fathers, period, all in the name of making more money. Specifically Mother's Day. Because Father's Day, you ain't really getting shit. Father's Day, you get a...
with graduation. Yeah. You can hear commercials.
You had the claim jumpers, yeah.
Hey, niggas don't even get claim jumpers, gang. Niggas don't get dinners or nothing. Like, nigga get a tie and here go a crescent wrench. Like, nigga go.
Father's Day's a joke, bro.
Like, Father's Day don't exist. But Mother's Day, they going all out.
You got Mexicans on every corner selling
flowers, nigga.
Yeah, flowers and
just think about how much money's generated on Mother's Day.
Yeah. Restaurants. They booked up
to the max. It can't even get in that motherfucker.
Because now you gotta show love to your mom and your wife or your mother's kids now. And let's say you got a baby mama. Your kids want to see you show love to your baby mama. So for the niggas who split from their baby mama, you got your moms, your wife, and your baby mama. So all that's coming out of your wallet. So I say, hey, baby mama's again. That's over with. I say, keep it specifically for your parent. Okay. You go celebrate your mom. You go celebrate your mom. We got our own days to celebrate. Birthday, Valentine. Like, we have all type of shit to celebrate. Let's leave this day for our parents. How y'all feel about it?
I'm not opposed to all the mothers like getting together, gathering, and doing something. But I think gifting, like what you're kind of saying, and celebrating it for like my girl. I never thought of it that way, really. But it's kind of pointless when you think about it, because that's not my mother.
You're not my mother.
She's not my mom. Yeah.
You're not my mother, and you chose to have kids. So it's not like you need to be rewarded for something every human is doing. This ain't nothing special. It's a special moment for you because, yeah, you had a kid, but in the grand scheme of things, you're one of a raindrop in the ocean who had kids. So what the fuck are we celebrating for real? You complaining about their little ass half the year. Now you want to get celebrated? Like, come on.
They get a call from the teacher. Hey, little Ray acted up. What you gonna do? Yeah, no. So I feel like this. I do agree with the whole big business thing. Is definitely because then right after that, right before that, you got Valentine's Day. Then right before that is what? Christmas. So I mean, we constantly spending a lot of money, and then like you said, birthdays and all that in between. But I don't think it's nothing wrong showing your mother, and if you want to show your significant other, who if you have children, where appreciation. I don't believe at that point it needs to be an above and beyond gift.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't believe like anything like, hey, you need to go super crazy like you would do like on like her birthday or something or anniversary.
Do what you can do. Yeah.
Do what you can do. I feel like something simple and reasonable, something like this. Hey, y'all ain't got to cook. I'll put some steaks on the grill for y'all, or whatever the case may be. Just a little appreciation. Hey, if you want to go have a little R&R, go to the nail shop, whatever the case may be. You want the kids kicking with me that day? I don't mind giving you that so you can have a little self-care, self-appreciation for yourself. And I believe at that point, that's all you're really kind of obligated to do if you want to celebrate that for your mother or for your girl. On that, I feel like that's the least you can do without having to necessarily spend all this crazy money. I don't believe that you need to take them out to a restaurant or go to the expensive gifts and above and beyond. I feel like appreciation is just, hey, spending your quality time with the person you love. And then if you want to, let them, hey, y'all want to be kid free for the day? man, me and the kids are gonna be outside. We'll go to the park. We'll do something while you go get your nails painted, or you want to get a massage, or whatever the case may be.
I feel if anything, give your kids some money and let them. Okay, what you want to get your mom? Okay, bam, and let them do it. But
present the gift.
But for men who's being crucified for not getting their wives shit for Mother's Day, it's like, bro, it's getting crazy.
We can't spend money every damn day, man.
It's getting crazy out here. Valentine's Day, I'm already against that. What the fuck is that, bitch? We exchange gifts year round.
Every day,
and so I'm not wrapped up in these holidays no more. I was at one point, then I went to prison, and the holiday didn't mean shit.
You know what, bro?
You know what I'm saying?
That's a great.
Didn't mean shit.
That's a great conversation, because I kind of, I guess to shift a little bit, how do y'all feel about that? Like, it's so hard living now when you're like that type of person who is low-key going against the grain, right? Where it's like, I don't give a fuck about holidays no more. I don't give a fuck about certain things, right, that we once did, that was once revered as like this thing in our culture, in American culture. A lot of people is not giving a fuck about it no more. Yeah. But it's like we're met with so much backlash for it. You get what I'm saying? Like, how do you guys, I guess, navigate through that?
I navigate by not giving a fuck. The art of not giving a fuck, right? You're going to be met with resistance. You're going to be met with hate. You have to not give a fuck about the opinions of others. Like, I truly don't care. Like, what are you going to tell me? Oh, my God, you're not celebrating Christmas.
Yep.
Okay, and
it's a pagan holiday anyway.
You're going broke for what reason? You ain't even religious. So what the fuck are you even celebrating? Then the whole religious thing behind it is false.
Yeah, it's a pagan holiday.
History anyways. Yeah. So it's like, what are you even celebrating? You don't even know. Bitch, rabbits don't lay eggs. We're not having Easter egg hunts. Fuck is we even talking about? And all of this shit be some evil shit when you break it down. Anyway, do you even know what you celebrate?
Independence Day. Us as black men, we couldn't even celebrate that.
Nigga, we couldn't even eat vanilla ice cream.
Man, bro, come on now.
So yeah, I truly don't give a fuck. Me honestly.
So
the villain.
And so growing up, I'm gonna say this. It was more of a, I don't know, something about the 90s. I felt like Memorial Day, 4th of July was a lot more special. I felt like there was a lot more block parties or at the park. It was a lot more.
The block parties.
Yeah, so those, I feel like growing up, it was way more fun. I don't know what happened between then and like now. It's not as unified amongst us. For whatever reason, I'm not sure. I can't even specify. It just don't feel as special like it used to be. So I do feel like you and your family should create your own thing. Whether if you want to do what everybody else is doing, that's up to you and your household. Like you said, fuck you spending all this money for Christmas. Because not like that. Christmas and Thanksgiving, you got eating pretty much the same type of food. Anyway.
Back to back. We be doing it different because we like, damn, I don't want to eat turkey.
Exactly. Again, what you do amongst your own family, that's what I'm getting at. And then, again, when Christmas come around, you buying your kids all these unnecessary gifts that they're going to be, oh, I got this, and probably 2 or 3 days later, they don't give a fuck about.
Not even playing with it.
They not even playing. You just
for some bullshit. Giving a fuck about.
They don't give a fuck. They rather be on a phone or on a video game, and that's it. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I do believe, kind of go back to Mother's Day, putting in the time. Fuck gifts. Man, let's go do something. You know what I'm saying? Let's go take a trip. Let's go experience something. Shit. My thing is this. If it's about giving back, how many motherfuckers that actually went down to like the homeless shelters and just give food on Christmas? Fuck, if you already got it like that, why don't you go give back to motherfuckers who's less fortunate?
Let's talk about that real quick, right? Because I got a theory on that, right? I don't give shit to the homeless no more because I was researching karma, right? I was researching karma, like the laws of karma, how they really work, how they truly work, because I'm thinking, how the fuck these people that's doing the evilest shit in the world don't never get no karma? They still running the world. Obviously, we looking at this thing wrong, right? So with the whole giving to the homeless, what if them being homeless was their karma and you helping them back on their feet brings you bad karma because you get in the way of their karma?
You're an enabler.
It's like, I don't know what you did to deserve where you at. So to me, I'm like, look, whatever I'm giving to you, I got 2 kids to give to. I'd rather give to the community as a whole when I'm able to do that, so the people who want to help themselves can. But like, what is me giving a homeless guy a cheeseburger really doing for society other than me being able to pat myself on the back? Like, what is that? How's that helping him for real?
All right, so
and what if he deserved the spot he's at right now?
I like where you. I kind of like what you get, and I respect it. Frederick Douglass had a quote where it's like, it's hard to repair broken men, but we can help our children. So for me, I agree with you as far as, maybe I just threw homeless because that's the first thing that came to my head. See, me, I'm not really in helping older people per se. Like homeless feels, I'll help like an elderly woman physically if she needs something, lift up, whatever the case may be. But for me, I love to give towards the youth where you can at least affect that. So me, I do coach. I do coach youth football. So you may do things where like, hey, let's do something for the children, whatever the case may be. But I have a ill child. So I know for me, I don't want to necessarily give back to the homeless, but I can go spend my time with like at a children's hospital, somebody like that, where you can, again, give in my time, whether it's me helping out, passing out food, candy, whatever the case may be. Because I do believe in karma, because if I'm putting good out there, it's going to come back in different folds, regardless of whatever you choose to do it in. And so, again, adults, I don't have empathy for adults, because again, when I'm down and out, there's no program to save my black ass for homelessness. There's no program where I can't qualify for EBT, low income, none of that shit. So I do agree, but with the adults, but for children, I don't mind giving back time with them or whatever the case may be.
I agree. Like, bro, I was on a date. Me and my lady walking. It's a grown ass man on the ground. Like, hey, brother, can you help me out? You see me here with my lady, and your grown able ass can get up and go find some fucking work, and you want me to take money out of my wallet that I could just easily give to my lady and give to your grown ass, and you just on the sidewalk doing nothing. Bitch, you homeless because you laying here. Get the fuck up.
Nah, see, now, like, the newer generations and shit, like, especially in California, the homeless are, I feel like they don't have all the resources, but they're looked at way differently than they were back in the day. Because back in the day, I don't think niggas really gave a fuck about no homeless people, like, whatsoever.
Nah, we used to do some unspeakable things to the homeless, bro. Knock out all types of shit.
Because, I mean, you feel me?
Hey, look, I'm going to take this. I'm going to give you G. One homeless dude by my mom's house. Cool than a motherfucker. He used to buy me liquor if I gave him, like, say, hey, man, go buy us a 12-pack or a 40, and you keep the change. So them ones I used to show love to, because they be like, hey, man, you ain't supposed to be buying that. Nigga, take this $3 and go ahead.
Hey, all I'm saying is, bro,
fuck about the homeless niggas. That was kind of like
the first thing niggas do when they get some little money, go to Little Caesars, buy a shitload of pizzas, and then go to Skid Row. How the fuck is this pizza helping these motherfuckers on Skid Row?
It look good for the grand.
Not knowing, bro, I seen a documentary. A lot of them want to be down there. I seen a nigga build a whole house. This nigga got flat screen TVs. He got all type of shit. And dude was like, hey, bro, man, I want to help you, man. And come trying to give him some money. And the homeless dude cussed him out. Like, nigga, fuck you. Don't be putting me on camera. Whoop, whoop. Like, I want to be here. I'm living good. I ain't got no bills. I don't pay taxes. Like, I come and go as I please. Like, he wants to be here. But we're looking down on him like, I need to help you.
Nah, if you check out a documentary on Skid Row, it's a filmer who goes and infiltrates into Skid Row. He ends up getting, like, exposed about it, but he shows how, like, that shit is a community. A lot of them are okay with being out there because of the pressure of having to get up, go to work, do these certain things. It's just too much for them. A lot of people are tapping out. So that's another thing too. Like, when you asking niggas to give you a couple quarters, like, niggas don't got a couple quarters to give you. A lot of niggas don't got a couple quarters to give you.
In certain areas, bro, you saying quarters, nigga. I was on this side of town at the 7-Eleven, bro. You got $5.
Nigga, what?
Nigga, $5. Nigga, what happened to this loose change I got? That nigga said you have $5.
So people aren't even in a position right now financially to be given. So that's why you see in the houses popping up. You might as well go to Home Depot and go steal some wood or whatever and run out and build you some shit. Like, cause it's ugly out here.
My good karma is gonna be raising my kids to be good, productive citizens that adds value to society. That's the good karma right there. Not giving money that you may or may not have to some fucking lazy motherfucker that's just laying on the sidewalk. Like, bro, get your ass up and apply yourself.
You know what though? And I think that's the only thing that is really going to, like, that you should worry about, because it's the only thing that we can really, like, 100%. I don't want to say control, but you can influence that. Like, you can do the best you can and make sure that outcome comes, out the positive way. Where it's like the nigga who on the street he already on the street. Like, what can you really do? What can you really do?
Yeah. Even if I give you some money, bro, you probably finna go buy whatever the fuck you out here on anyways. You ain't finna do nothing.
You know what's crazy?
Positive with the shit.
Hey, man, and I struggle with that because I be wanting to have so much hope for our people, bro. Like, I wish we can just change as a unit, but I know we don't work in that monolithic way where if I'm doing great, we all go do great. I know we all don't work like that because somebody go be like, nah, fuck that nigga just because. You know what I mean? So I be wanting us to change, but the more and more I see the world for what it is, it be like, yeah, the only thing you can do and influence is the ones you got control on at the house, bro.
That's it. That's right.
Yeah.
The way you change society is change yourself. If everybody changes themselves to be the best version of themselves, society would be fucking great. Stop trying to change the world and change you. By changing you, you will change the world. Let me ask y'all this. I made a post on this. How y'all feel about this? Because I know as a youngin', I wasted a lot of time chasing women. I wasted a lot of resources chasing women. So I was really sitting down thinking yesterday, and I said, hey, every man when he turns 18 should fuck a high-class prostitute. I'm not talking about a streetwalker.
Yeah, you ain't talking about Fig.
I'm talking about a certified dime. Think about your favorite celebrity, but she sell pussy. I feel every man should have that experience so you can get the post-nut clarity of fucking a dime and realizing
that's all it was.
This pussy don't mean shit. Fucking dimes don't mean shit. It really doesn't mean nothing. There's more to life than this. That would probably have saved me 10 years of fucking around, bullshitting to where I could have focused on my goals and focused on getting to where I'm at now even quicker, earlier in my 20s.
Facts.
Because that's all we worried about damn near.
Yeah.
Like, man, I need to fuck a bad bitch. I need a bad...
You
like, bro, once you get the baddest bitch you ever wanted and you fuck her,
what else?
You low key disgusted with the bitch after, like
her ways, really the way she act.
I spent all this money, all these text messages, all these phone calls. Nigga, to finally hit the pussy wasn't even nothing. Like, bro, it's more to life than pussy. Like, that should want to propel and fuel him to start a family, to be a great man, to be used to society. You know what I'm saying? To go and conquer things other than women and pussy. How y'all feel about this? I'm talking like, go to Colombia, go to Dior, go to Cancun, go to Mexico. Fuck one of them little prostitutes that look like Sanaa Lathan for $80, and then I'm telling you, that ignite some shit under you.
We all chase hoes though, so it's like it's hard to not chase hoes. It's hard to not chase hoes when you a young nigga because it's just so fun and the hoes is fun and it's just like
the pursuit.
The pursuit is fun, but I think you're 100% right. We waste a lot of time focusing on that shit. We waste a lot of time focusing on relationships too. When you 18, 17, that bitch going to college, she getting dick down, it's over with. Like, let it go. You get what I'm saying? Whatever it is, like, let's take more of the focus off of that and more of like, let's get a bag, let's do other things, to enable us for when we're older to be more successful. So, and me personally, like, I chased hoes, but it was never to my detriment. Like, I never was like, oh, this is my last, like, little 30 or something. I was more the nigga who could, like, just come to the crib, whatever. Like, I had a little finesse like that. I was sneaking bitches through the window, doing whatever. Like,
you never put your life on the line for the pussy?
Yeah, I've been in some situations.
So that's to your detriment. Like, nigga, I could be unalive for a nut.
Yeah.
Like he said, how many times you done went to the projects? You done went to the wrong neighborhood.
Bro.
Listen, anytime you gotta bring a gun to a bitch house, you fucking up, gang. And that was protocol. Talk. Like, let me grab the blick. Let me grab some rubbers that I'm probably not gonna use anyway. But
why you got them in your pocket? Did you bring them? No, don't you have?
Niggas, you don't say nothing, nigga. I'm diving in this shit. Hey,
that shit bring me boys in the hood.
What? Nigga had a condom in the pocket. Right?
Viral exposing game over here. Listen,
he said she on the pill. He said that'll keep your dick from falling over.
Hey. All right, so look. At 18, and I'm only gonna speak for myself, nigga was horny as fuck. I'm talking about nigga could just get some pussy and still be ready to knock something down like 15, 20 minutes later. Like, if another bitch texts like, oh, what you doing? What am I doing? Shit, nothing, where you at? Woo. So it's like, I don't know, because like, I guess that's when we're like at our highest like hormone area at that age. But at the end of the day, I had lack of leadership as far as like a male role model. If I felt like if I had like a father, if I had myself as a father, I for sure would have been way more focused. And me personally, what he just said, if I had a positive, like, hey, bro, I'm about to get you some poontang, bro. Like, I'm gonna get you the best. You pick out the baddest bitch you want, I got you, so you can get this out so we can be focused on what we need to do. If I had a father like that who said we gonna do this and that, I for sure would have been, that would have saved me a whole lot of time in my life. Because again, I was chasing something for affirmation from the homies, because it was like a competition.
That's
like,
what it
oh,
was.
she got, oh, I
How many bodies you got?
Yeah, you know, I knocked whoopty whoop down. Like, nigga, you got that? Nigga, yeah, I got that. Whoopty whoop whoop. So it's like, damn, what am I square ass doing? Still beating my meat? Hell no, I'm about to be in the game too. You get what I'm saying? So it was definitely like a spirit of competition, kind of like a hunting game. Like,
yeah, my goals was fucked up as a young nigga, bro.
Yeah,
like
exactly,
like you said,
bro.
18, 19. Instead of thinking about getting 100 million, I was thinking about, okay, let me hurry up and get 100 bodies.
yeah, exactly, bro.
You know
And
what I'm
nigga,
saying?
It was time,
But
nigga,
you know
a
what?
nigga calling sick for work, nigga. If the, you know what I'm saying? If it was a certain one, like if let's just use the name Keisha, nigga. If Keisha was the call, nigga, you been wanting Keisha for years, nigga.
Cause you young, so you like, man, fuck that job.
Yeah, fuck that job, nigga. Like, niggas was sick days is for. Like, you know, you get what I'm saying?
Listen, get that out your system early.
Early, bro.
That'll get you on your job early. Niggas was mad at Lil Boosie for getting his son some pussy.
Nah.
But hey, I'm starting to look like, hey, he might have been on to something, bro.
Because you're exposed to it.
Once
You're
you
right.
exposed to it and you got it and you see it's really nothing, it's like, all right, I cannot set my life around this.
That's
Because
a
this is
fact.
leading nowhere.
I think you should definitely knock something down like that's A1, you know what I mean? 18, 19. I think too you should I don't want to say have a serious relationship, but you should date somebody, cuz I know niggas that like never dated nobody in high school and they get around girls and they get weird as fuck cuz they never had
socially awkward.
Yeah, like, 'cause they never had the interactions with women.
Like you say, the exposure. So you get around, listen, if you're around women, eventually you'll start understanding the cues, the lingo, and how they body language start to change. So once you get around it more often, then you'll start to relax more. You get what I'm saying? So I do agree where if you start exposing your children, especially if they underage, you know, I ain't gonna promote the underage sex, but for sure, if you should start exposing them, like, hey, once y'all go to a little social event, bring some friends, you know, just let them have innocent fun, let them start socializing with the opposite sex so they can have communication skills and things like that. So when they do get older, they won't have an awkward ass thing. Or you got the homie and y'all homie's supposed to be the wingman and the wingman fucking up the whole vibe.
Nigga, what?
Where it's like it's three of them, two of us, but the homie don't even know how to talk. He just
They over there, what's wrong with him?
like what's up with him? Like, don't bring him no more. Like, look, we will fuck with y'all, but just don't bring him no more. Like, so you gotta expose your children, you know what I'm saying, to how to socialize and things like that. And honestly, have those discussions. Like, hey, bro, what you into? Like, for me, when my son, I ask him, like, bro, you know, what type of girls you like? You know what I'm saying? Do you like them light skin, dark skin, you know, thick, small? Like, you just have that conversation and don't make it awkward for them. Just be like, yeah, bro, if you like looking at her, just tell her hi. You know, just start with the small things. Spoon feed them till they get to that maturity level where, hey, when you 18, and especially when we had that guy go with your son,
for them,
man, bro,
Bars.
listen, you just what you want to do? I got you.
Let's end this with a bang, right? I wanted the female aspect input on it, but I don't know where the fuck they are, so fuck it. We just
Boo,
gonna go
fuck
along
them.
with it. NFL draft day caused a complete uproar. The red pill community, through relationship talk, through social media in general. We've seen draft pick after draft pick after draft pick of young black male hit the lotto, got drafted to an NFL team, and he had a white girl next to him. And people, not even people, black women are losing their minds. So, are these guys sellouts? Or is this something deeper that we're not looking at in society, especially as the black community? Because I always say, hey, these women are trained to find these guys. They're like fucking bloodhounds. Like, they know how to sniff out an NFL prospect, an NBA prospect, an MLMB prospect, and get them early to where our women is, y'all don't give a fuck until Becky found them. Now, all of a sudden, they care about the strong nuclear family. Now, all of a sudden, they care about the black dollar staying in the black community. But when guys like me, Kevin Samuels, and Kali, and you know what I'm saying, all type of guys that has these platforms are talking about these talking points, and we're getting met with, well, you just hate women, you hate black women, and we don't need black men, and we strong and independent. All that shit out the window come draft day when he's with Becky, and we know he just signed a multi-million-dollar contract. So what's really going on? Are these dudes sellouts, or are women just fucking up?
I think it's two things. They can be a sellout. See, this is the thing, too, where it comes to judging these people, because we don't necessarily know their relationships, right? Like, you got women talking about their blood is boiling. He might have been with girls since he was in 9th grade. We don't know. We really don't know. Is that likely? Probably not, but we don't know. So I think they can be a sellout depending on the situation. I think another thing that you pointed to about, as the black community, are we not looking at this deep enough? I truly don't think we are. When you're a D1 collegiate athlete at a PWI, you're not around any black people. Barely. So, especially black women. Let's put it like that too. So when you're around a whole bunch of people, and this is where you're going to be for the next 4 years of your life, you're going to get accustomed to this type of lifestyle. You're going to start to, it's like when niggas be at work and they have a work girl and she's maybe not the prettiest, but we've been here for 3 years. I fuck with her. That's what starts to happen. So I don't think black women are looking at it that way. It's an environment thing. It's a lot to do also with why you'll see some rich men date white women. Could it be sellout? Yes, but it also could be environment. How many black women do you think are at the Beverly Hills country club or wherever this nigga might be? Maybe not that many. So it's like, these are the things that y'all have to also understand is that, could it be sellout? Of course, but it could also just be environment. And then that's when you as black women have to somewhat look at and take accountability for why you guys aren't there.
So I love that. I'm going to kind of piggyback off that. I'm going to say sphere of influence because we're talking about the NFL. So a lot of the prospects typically come from California, Texas, Florida, whatever the case may be, and they go to these different type of schools like Alabama, whatever the top collegiate football school is. So we go get that on out the way. Now, most of the NFL players that are on there now, NIL is just something fairly new. When we were growing up, that was illegal. Prime example, Reggie Bush.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So let's just get that out the way. NIL money
Shout
is
out Reggie Bush.
Dennis Heisman back. Fight on, baby.
Shout out Reggie Bush.
Fight on. So listen, and I'm gonna try to make it quick so women can understand this. Growing up, when we were watching football, NIL deals did not happen. That shit was illegal. If you had to collect money, it was under the table. So typically, when you were a collegiate athlete, D1, if you got caught up in any type of money scheme, it was a wrap for your career at the end of the day. Now, of course, they had ways around it, whatever the case may be. But typically, most of these D1 athletes are medium ugly niggas. They dusty as fuck. Let's just be real, bro. I'm going to use prime example. Russell Wilson. And I don't judge men anybody, no. But when he got drafted, he had an ugly-ass white woman on his hip. Because wasn't nobody fucking with him when he was at North Carolina State, then transferred to Wisconsin. You women will be lying if y'all say y'all will fuck with Russell Wilson before he got drafted to Seattle. I don't want to hear none of that shit. Y'all wasn't on that nigga nuts back then. So he was liking what was liking him. You understand? He probably wanted the Keisha with the fat ass, but Keisha with the fat ass, like, he talks square. He's a weirdo. Like, you get what I'm saying? They were going after the future. Prime example, Sierra. And then all of a sudden, his blow up is real. They see him successful. Now they want him now because he has the money. He has the means of income. Again, I do believe at times our sisters, they tend to want to go after the ones that's already established instead of investing their time in someone that's trying to do well and sticking by their side. Those white women are groomed at a young age to stick by their man and thug it out and see the potential in them to grow up. And when they do blow up, they reap the benefit of once he get there. And that's when they stuck.
That was a great point because even Shannon Sharp got scrutinized for dating white women.
Yes,
but he came
did.
out and said, hey, I couldn't get a black woman to like me or deal with me to save my life coming up. And I preferred black women. They just didn't prefer me.
Shannon Sharp like women.
That's a whole nother topic. Hey, because the way he came out with that man bag, that's a whole nother one.
I don't know.
But I'm just saying, though, a lot of that is true.
Facts.
Y'all don't fuck with these dudes until they blow up and you see the blow up is real. But when they was in high school, when they was in college in that dorm eating noodles and shit, y'all wasn't fucking with them. No. Y'all was fucking with the D-boys who was pulling up with the car with the big rims. Exactly. Y'all didn't see the vision. Y'all wasn't trying to see the vision. Y'all didn't give a fuck about seeing the vision. These white women, they saw the vision. They like, look, I see where this is going. I've studied this. Kevin Samuels already exposed how they have courses and shit. They're reading books and shit on how to get these type of men. They actually work to get these men. They know this is a competition. I'm going to outcompete the competition and get chose. And this is why they're getting chose. When you talk to black women, they are repulsed at the word competition. I tell black women all the fucking time, you got to compete for the man you want. Compete? He can have that bitch. Well, guess what? That draft day, he's having the bitch.
I want to touch on that because that's so important because what you just said, why black women won't compete for their men is because, in my opinion, how they view them. And that has to do with, obviously, some things that society has done to make us appear a certain way. So I think systematically, black women don't even think that maybe a lot of us are worthy of chasing. Wow. Whereas in the other races view men differently because of how their culture, operates amongst men. So to them, the man is the prize. You need to cook, clean, do whatever it is to, be a helpmate to this man's life, and so he can propel
You
further.
sound like the throwback viral when he told his daughter the most important thing she can have is a good man. No, that's real talk though, bro. And it's crazy because this is a black man who's saying it, and he's giving them the game. But it's like when we say it and tell women what we want, it's like they want to do the opposite.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They go, oh, that's not what you want.
Yeah, that's not what you want.
And I got destroyed for saying that.
You got destroyed
I
for
got
that,
destroyed
bro.
by women for saying that.
Saying that.
And now you see when you prioritize that man, the outcome you can get. So I'm pretty sure most of these draft picks tried to get at some of the top black women in these schools where they look down on him like you ain't shit because they didn't see the blow up. They didn't see the glow up. They're not down for the long haul. They're not down for the ride. They want to wait at the finish line. Fuck the winner. These white women, these Asian women, these Hispanic women, they're taught to spot the winners before they won.
Come on, bro.
So they see like, ooh, okay, DN, whoopty whoop. They're studying this shit. They looking at his stats. They're looking at everything. Our women, they ain't worried about no goddamn stats. They ain't watching no sport. They're not following this shit. They ain't following the trends. They don't know.
They don't know none of that shit.
He's a top prospect. Yeah. And like you said, they don't respect black men. Yeah. They don't love black men. They look down on black men. That's just where we at in society today. Not all our sisters, but a high majority now look at us as the enemy.
And when you think about the masculinity that, you know, unfortunately, a lot of black women are under, that masculine gaze that they're under, why the fuck would I go chase after somebody when I feel like I'm the man, I'm the nigga? A lot of women in our community feel like they the nigga. I'm that nigga. I'm better than you niggas. You niggas got to come to me, whatever, you know what I mean? They don't look at it as like, I need to be your helpmate. No, you need to do exactly what I want you to do, when I want you to do it, and meet all this criteria, and then we can talk. Then you can maybe be with me. So I feel like that's the difference between a lot of black women and a lot of other races of women. Is black women is meeting you with a list this long, and maybe these other women aren't, and they're saying, hey, let me see what you have going on, potential, and then let me be a help.
That's crazy.
To that.
Yeah, you're right.
See, I'm gonna say this though, because Western women in general, their mindsets are fucked up of all races. I've talked to women from every single race, and they all have similar mindsets. They're fucking corrupted. These red pill podcasts ain't coming out the blue for no reason. Bro, these women, they're fucked mentally, right? It's not just the black women. But I will say, in the dating world experience, if you talk to black men who have dated black women and women outside their race, they will tell you they get better treatment when they are dating these women outside their race because they're still intact with their culture somewhat. For the most part, the ones that are catching these prospects. Because this ain't just any Tom, Dick, and Harry that's white or Asian or Hispanic that's getting these top prospects. No, these women were groomed to be this man's everything at his beck and call, which is why they have these seats at draft day. So these ain't just some random Becky.
Her
this
dad
Becky
is probably athletic coordinator. Or
exactly.
Some shit. Yeah,
Like, they was like, hey, this how you need to treat him. And they like, yes, sir. Well, our women is like you said, nah, I'm the nigga. You know what I mean? You know how many niggas I got in my DM? Yeah, probably a lot of fucking bums. How many number one D1 prospect athletes you got in your DM?
Man.
Not none, bitch. Let's keep it real.
Or he don't look we're talking about football players, bro. Like you said, DNs, that nigga's probably like 6'5", 290 pounds. You get what I'm saying? They're like intimidated on the look. They want this aesthetic as far as like he has to look apart. He has to look like this. And again, some of them dudes don't be the best looking type of guys. Some of them niggas from the country, from the South, or whatever the case may be. Big country boy type nigga.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's also just like the lifestyle. Like if I'm a hooper and I play 82 games a year, it ain't gonna be much. You feel me? At the club, bottles every night. I'm at practice from this to this.
Especially serious about your craft.
If I'm really trying to get good, I might do an extra practice. You know what I'm saying? I might be. So
you may be on that Kobe shit.
I'm not over here scamming. Which get it how you live, but this might not be the lifestyle for you. A lot of females need that constant toxicity to thrive.
To fuel.
That like you say it all the time. The bad boy, you know, we
they love that
you know
shit.
What I mean? Like,
which I don't fault them for because that's just their nature. So once you learn a woman's nature, they're literally clinically insane. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So once you know that, you know how to deal with them. But you make a great point because I always feel black women, out of every race, they care about looks the most, right?
Yeah,
you can be the best man in the world, but if you don't have that look, that aesthetic, where they want you to be prettier than them damn near, when most of the men that's manly men, they're not giving a fuck about the look like that. Like, we black, so we care. We like a fresh lineup. We do certain things. But for the most part, these white women, bro, they talking to the niggas we clown.
Yeah.
Like, this nigga don't even have a lineup. And she's in love with dude.
Come on, bro.
These Asians, this dude don't even got a lineup. And they in love with dude. He don't got the freshest new J's on. Like,
exactly.
He got Wranglers on at school, all type of shit. They fucking with bro. Black women, they looking down on him like, ugh. Yeah. You don't look like a dope brother. You don't look like a rapper. You don't look like the Migos.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
You don't
I can't fuck with you.
Amirion. I can't fuck with you. And that's why you bitches miss out on so many good men.
It's a fact. No, and it's crazy you say that because you'll literally see a crazy looking nigga and you'll be like, damn, this nigga has a beautiful woman. You feel me? And you would think maybe out of his league looks wise, but is that really what you should be paying attention to most in a man if you're a woman? No. That's what we're getting at. Yeah.
She go see the provider. She go see all that shit. And that's what I was telling my homegirl when we went live Thursday. Y'all gotta really, women in general, y'all gotta really get past the looks.
Wrap it up.
Y'all gotta really get past the looks on that shit.
I'm gonna say this. I done traveled all around the world. And some of the most beautiful women I've ever seen were with a man when, if you just look for face value, just off how you judge looks, she's way out of his league. You like, how in the fuck did he get her? But like you said, when you judging a man, looks should be damn near the last thing on the stat sheet, because this guy's probably a hell of a man. You gotta realize most of these niggas out here dressing like the Migos and shit can't even change a flat tire. Can't fight. Can't do shit.
Niggas might not even have a car.
Might not have a car. Can't teach your son nothing. Can't teach your daughter nothing. But they got the look. Bitches look cool.
Hey, bitches ain't gonna fuck Bill Gates for what he look like. They gonna fuck him because they know what he bring to the table. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So we gotta get out of that mindset as black people. But black women, start listening to these podcasts. These podcasts that y'all hate. I don't give a fuck how much y'all hated Kevin Samuels. You bitches better go back, get to listening to that shit. I don't give a fuck how much you hate me. Bitch, you better go back, get to listening to that shit. Read these comments of thousands and thousands and thousands of men that's agreeing with what the fuck we say, and you'll realize why your ass ain't at draft day sitting next to these players.
And this is a big part. And I talked about this a little while back as well, about how, like, when we talk about the disconnect between black women and black men in the community, we only ever give the accountability and the blame on the black men. You have a lot of people in the community, specifically black women, kind of just going like, what do we do? Like, we felt like we have done everything we can do. Why are we not getting the response we want? Which 50% could be true, but then you also had a 50% that we, our black men, is saying that is completely getting looked over because of the inability to take accountability.
Listen, when me, Mr. Viral, is in California and I have somebody on the other side of the world having a shared experience, something has to connect in your brain to say, okay, maybe it's some truth there, because he don't know him. He don't know him. They're on two opposite ends of the earth, but they have a shared experience with black women or women in general. So at that point, women got to look in the mirror and go, okay, we fucking up as a whole. Because they can't be lying. No. He don't know him. He don't know him. He didn't deal with the woman he was talking about, and he didn't deal with the woman that he was talking about. But these bitches did the same shit. Men got the same problem. So you bitches got to look in the mirror, bro. This is why I go so fucking hard on y'all, because y'all don't want to listen. But then when shit like this happen, y'all want to cry and say niggas is sellouts. If Becky's going to do every single thing I asked for and more, granted she's doing it for the bag maybe, but I mean, hey, all you bitches doing it for the bag anyway.
Yeah.
Facts.
Exactly.
Not only that,
exactly.
Not only
if I'm going to give you the bag, bitch, do what I need you to do.
No, facts. Not only that, you bitches clown niggas on Twitter. Every time niggas is in suit, you got the whole long ass line of black men in suit. I don't know if y'all be seeing that shit, but every time that tweet comes out, it's a lot of hate and backlash for black men wearing suits, black men being doctors, etc. But exactly, the only time y'all really give a fuck is in 2-3 days out the year or whatever when it's draft day. So that's crazy to me. Y'all only wanna. Y'all don't want to have the conversations about generational wealth and giving back or keeping the money within your community during the building process. Y'all want to have it when it's already built. Hey, that's what's just fucked up to me.
They want to find a millionaire at the club. They want a lonely, sexy millionaire in the VIP section just looking like this. Some random girl shake their ass and just, I'm about to fall in love with your thick ass. come over here with me. That's really what they looking for, bro. They not trying to go to the places where millionaires or successful people are at. You get what I'm saying? I tell women all the time, do you ever go to like first time homeowner seminars and things like that to meet a man? You know what I'm saying? I tell them, do you ever go to cigar lounges rather than going to the club? That's where men are at. Go try to pick. Exactly. He said it best. Yeah. He goes to multiple gyms. And this dude has posted like, I don't see no black women in this motherfucker. Where you bitches at? I was like, goddamn. And he will show a whole 360 of everybody. It'd be a few brothers in there, but as far as the black women, it do be like it don't be
fucking found.
And you know what? I went at 5 in the morning. I went at 5 p.m. I went 10 p.m. It's rare. It's really rare.
I'm gonna say this because we ran out of time. Yeah. But if you want to see the problem with women's mindsets today, watch those 20v1 videos where they pop the balloon with the dudes coming out.
Cornball
and then you got the dude coming out dressed nice, whatever, and the bitch like
we need to touch. Next time we got to talk about that shit.
I was waiting on the women because I wanted their input on it. But you'll see how fucked up these bitches' minds are, where a nigga don't even open his mouth, but the fact that he came at them respectful, a bitch will eliminate him.
I seen bitches.
You speak proper.
Yeah, shit like that. Like, what?
Like, it's crazy.
You got all your teeth. I like niggas with gold.
Black men ain't your enemy, black woman. You are your own worst enemy. Black men, black women ain't your enemy. We are our own worst enemies. Our procrastination, our gluttony, our laziness, our negative lack-filled mindsets, that's the enemy. Fix your mindset, fix yourself, that will fix our communities. Because we fucked up right now. And it's not gonna stop. You're not gonna stop seeing these white women, these Asian women on draft day, as long as you have that mindset that you're not gonna compete. Bitch, compete or die. The viral way. Bang.
Compete or die. I like that one. Compete or die, bitch. Boom.
Ain't no handouts. I did it from the ground up. In the streets, thugging hardest where they found us. Got a problem, nigga. Watch my troopers mount up. My bitch is dang too, and you a lame though. You niggas ain't outside, yeah, we came through. You want your lights up, we put you on the shade.